Welcome to the Leading Where It Matters podcast, the podcast for dads who lead. Now, not every leader is a dad, but all dads are called to lead. And if you're a father who wants to lead well at work and at home, then this is the podcast for you. Now, today's episode is called Men Crave Respect even when they don't deserve it. It's for dads who feel a lack of respect at home, or perhaps the relationship with your partner is a bit funky at the moment and you're trying to work out why. If that's you, then this episode is for you. So let's get into it. Listen, society doesn't talk a lot about respect anymore, especially at home. When it comes to home, we talk a lot about love. But I think when we're talking about needing to feel loved, often we're actually talking about how people need to feel respected. Society tells us a lot about this magical feeling of love, but it's easy to say I love you without making any effort to make people feel valued. And at a societal level, women are rightfully fighting for a sense of equality with men after an eternity of feeling unequal. But at the same time, it's no longer safe for men to talk about their need to feel respect. And so we live in this funky time when nobody's talking about respect. And everyday relationships are ending simply for a lack of respect. We couple based on compatibility, but we all end up crying out for respect. Just think about how many arguments happen because you just misunderstood or something was said that just felt so much like an attack, that just felt so disrespectful. And these are arguments with people who love us. And the issue isn't often a lack of love, it's a lack of respect. Men feel it when they're told that they're not doing a good enough job, or when words are said that make them feel like they've been told they're not doing a good enough job, even though that's not what you mean. Often we're saying stuff, not trying to be respectful, but it's interpreted as a disrespectful thing to say. And often women feel it when they're not heard and understood. It just feels disrespectful when their man is not understanding them and not making an effort to really hear and listen. And teens feel it when they're not trusted, and when they're given less freedoms, not more as they age. It feels really like a lack of trust. And this stuff is happening everywhere, and it's happening every day, and the world is crying out for respect. Men, women, and children, we all need more of it. And we often don't even know it's the missing ingredient because it's not something we talk about anymore. In fact, in many cases, it's unsafe to ask for respect, certainly if you're a man. But it doesn't change the fact that men crave respect, even if they don't deserve it. It's hardwired into us. And when it comes to our children, we don't dream about raising kids that hate us in the teen years. Although parents often joke about this inevitability. But you can't aim for that. Nobody intentionally raises children to hate them when they're older. What we all want is to raise adult children who come to respect us and with whom we have a great relationship. That's the dream, the respect of our adult children. But man, the problem is, even though the dream is to live a life of respect, even though the dream is to raise kids who respect us as adults, the problem is what we let get in the way of that dream, which can often be, a better car, more money, bigger toys, or even the girl next door. All of these things get in the way of the dream. And so that's a problem for us. But also many men go to work to find purpose. That's where they are looking for their sense of worth and value, which can also be a distraction from where the real value is, from where the real meaning is, which is those in our homes. And plenty of mistakes in life are made trying to find meaning and value. Leadership author Andy Stanley puts it this way, and he says something like, we all want a thing or a fling, but what we really, really want is the respect of our adult children. And that's the thing, man, we do, there's all these wants and things that we think we want. But at the end of the day, what we really, really want is the respect of our adult children. And that's the dream, a home full of love and respect. That's what we all want. But what we do is we let our fantasies get in the way of our dreams. And what we do is we let our wants get in the way of what we really, really want is respect. And we all want to live a big life, and we aspire to be much more than we are, to grow and lead and succeed. But the biggest dream of all is a life of respect, and the biggest life of all is one that earns the respect of those in our homes. And I think this is a universal challenge for men and women. We all want more respect. And so, men, what can you do about that today? I don't care what's been done, what mistakes have been made, or even how perfect maybe you are as a man. But what can you be doing better today to create an environment of respect? You see, there's one thing great leaders do. When you study great leaders and you read a lot of leadership books, you find that there's one thing that they're all trying to do, at least subconsciously. You don't even sort of really read this in the leadership stuff. You kind of got to read between the lines to see it. But they're all trying to create places of respect at work and at home. And as I say, the leadership books don't really talk about this, but the underlying premise of great leadership is this idea that they're trying to create spaces of respect. And the very best leaders are trying to do this at home as well as at work. Because we all want our homes to be a place where we feel valued. Places where we have value are places we can relax. They are places of peace. And while some of you will be enjoying that right now, many of you won't be. And in fact, for many of you, it's all fallen over and it all just feels a bit super messy right now. And so the question today is, what can we be doing better today to create environments full of love and respect? Do the people who work around you feel valued and respected by you? Gosh, it might be scary to ask, but just think about your leadership. Think about your how you work around your peers. Do you think people feel valued and respected by you? Does your wife or partner feel valued and respected by you? How about your kids? In a world that's telling them they are no good, are you the one speaking life into their world? Leaders create environments of respect, and if you want to lead well, you have to be the one creating these environments. And I would go as far as saying is that the one leading in your home or in your workplace is the one working to create a place of value and respect. Now, I know there are some of you men listening who are saying, hang on, no matter what I do, I never get any respect. I'm not the one feeling valued. And that is the challenge, because the big thing with respect is it's reciprocal. And if you love your partner well, she will respect you back. Now, that's not always the case, but if your woman is a good-willed woman, if she is still committed to the relationship, if she is engaged still and not too distracted herself, but if all of that is the case and she's not showing you respect, it's probably at least partly because she's not feeling respected in return. But it's also possible that she has no idea how to make you feel valued, and society has likely made her wary of showing you any respect. You know, in this age where it's not safe or good to respect men, it's possible she knows she loves you and she thinks that should be enough. You know, she shouldn't have to respect you as well. You know, I think some women think that. They think that it's okay to love you without respecting you. It's like society teaches her, hey, yeah, he's an idiot. He's an idiot. Don't worry about him. As long as you love him, you don't need to respect him. It's okay. And ladies, if you're listening, that is just plainly wrong. I can tell you, if he doesn't feel respected by you, he is certainly not feeling loved by you. And if you genuinely don't respect him, then there really is a problem in your relationship, and it explains why he's probably giving you no love and respect in return. Love and respect are connected. They're actually the same thing. And you show love by giving respect, and to respect someone is to show them love. And so men, I really encourage you to invite your woman to listen to this podcast as well, because most women actually want to do this relationship stuff better. And they also need to be reminded that you need to feel valued and respected. Your need for that is just as strong as hers. And it's good for women to understand that this is a funky thing with men, is that we crave it. We crave respect, even when we don't deserve it. And we're often blind to why we don't deserve it. We're a bit dumb like that, and we wonder why there's no respect without wondering too much about what we can do better to deserve it. Men and women, we both need to do this respect thing better. We all forget that respect is reciprocal. We give respect only when we feel respected, but someone has to lead. Someone has to be the first to speak value into the other person's life. And so who's going to be the leader in your home today? Because the leader in your home is the one showing respect. And man, if you think that could be you, I want to show you how. If you want to be the leader in your home today, I'm going to help you today by giving you my 3 steps to respect. And I'm going to be bold enough to say that if you do these 3 things, your woman will feel more respected. And because respect is reciprocal, your entire home will begin to feel more respectful. Well, hey guys, if there's one thing I know about us men is that we all crave respect, even when we don't deserve it. Society doesn't really talk about this anymore, but every man craves respect, even when he doesn't deserve it. Now, none of us are perfect dads, and we all have issues. And whether you're married, separated, divorced, or de facto, no matter what mistakes we have made, we all want respect. And so that's why I want to encourage you to sign up to my weekly email group, the Leading Where It Matters email. It'll give you the weekly inspiration you need to lean into a life of respect a bit more each day. These emails are a little bit challenging and also a little bit inspiring, and I promise it'll help you lean into that life of respect that you seek. So you can subscribe for free at leadingwhereitmatters.com. And let's all live a life of respect, no matter the mess. Now, back to the show. Step 1, and this one's really simple. And hey, you need to know that whilst loving her well has almost nothing to do with saying I love you, step 1 is telling her that you love her. You need to do that. If you're not doing it, you need to do it. So go home and tell her you love her tonight. That's step 1. That's just the baseline that's really important. Step 2, know that words are cheap. To show someone you love them, you have to actually work out how to make them feel valued. So that's step number 2. Go home and ask your woman what you could do to show more value to her. Tell her, I love you, I value you, but how can I make you feel more valued? What do I need to be doing different? That's a tricky thing. You may not sort of feel comfortable doing that. It's almost something you need to, I really encourage you to structure something, go and have a date night. Go for a walk. Go get side by side and make some time for each other. And that's just something that should just come out of a conversation and say, hey, I really do want to increase the sense of value in our home. What do I need to do? What do I need to do to make you feel more valuable? What are those moments when I really make you feel devalued? So that's step number 2. Have that conversation. Step number 3, and I want you to remember this idea of hearing and caring. I'll say it a few times, hearing and caring, hearing and caring, all right? Lock and load this idea and you will do well. What us men almost all need to do better is hearing and caring. Men, women, children, but particularly our women, they want to be listened to and they want to be understood, which requires hearing and caring. Now, what they don't want is to be listened to and fixed. They want to be listened to and understood. Now, I know it doesn't make any sense, right, to us men. You think they would want to tell you stuff that they want you to fix. It doesn't make sense, right? That's surely why we communicate is so that we can fix things. But no, that's not necessarily what she wants. She often just wants you to understand. And it doesn't make any sense. I know that, but it is what it is. Now, it's not always the case, but it'll be like 95 to 99% of the time, she'll be telling you about a day, about what happened at work or with the kids and what the kids did. And she'll just be telling you everything that went wrong and what this kid did and what that person said. And then you'll be like, right, let's fix this. I'm going to fix this for you. And then you'll be like, did you try that? Or you should have said this. And maybe this is the problem. You just need to know that she's probably at that point not feeling listened to and understood. And what she wants you to do is to hear and care, which really just means hearing and caring. So the trick is to not try to fix her. You kind of just need to stand there and sort of show empathy. That's a weird idea that you sort of just stand and listen. And it's kind of weird because it doesn't take any effort. The funny thing is they strangely like it. Occasionally she will want you to engage with the kids and actually fix something, and she won't even tell you that. She kind of won't be that direct. She'll just sort of expect it. And that's why this respect thing is so tricky, because you're thinking, am I meant to be hearing and caring, or am I meant to be hearing and fixing? And why am I being yelled at right now? And all I can say is that in observing many men and many sort of relationships, it seems that on the balance of probabilities, it's safer to default to hearing and caring and almost be surprised when she actually wants you to fix something. I struggle with this a lot because I have this activator thing in me, and when I'm told about a problem, I just have to fix it, and I have to fix it now. So I get how difficult that is. I really care about this stuff. I've even got a few posts on my website that I call the daily download, and it sort of shows you how to sort of structure the hearing and caring into your day, because if you're not in hearing and caring daily, then you just don't care. So there is an element where you need to be doing this each day. So those are my 3 steps. I could probably add step number 4, which be something like if you've been too harsh, you need to say sorry. You need to be the one who's initiating, really leaning into the relationship and saying, hey, sorry, the way I said this, the way this was done was bad. I want to apologize and sort of lean into that. But man, there's one more thing I encourage you to do. I have a weekly email for men just like you and me, and it's full of content like this to challenge and inspire you to lead well at work and at home. I know you crave respect even when you don't deserve it. And I want to give you weekly inspiration that helps you to lean into a life of respect a bit more each day. That's right. I want to help you lean into a life of respect a bit more each day. And if that sounds good to you, go on, head to leadingwhereitmatters.com and sign up to my weekly email. I know you'll enjoy it. That's it from me today. I'm out of here. I'll see you next time. Well, thanks for listening to the Leading Where It Matters podcast, the podcast for dads who lead. It's been great having you here. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget, you can download Culture Maker, my free leader's guide for young dads. It's leadingwhereitmatters.com/Culture Maker. That's leadingwhereitmatters.com/Culture Maker. Thanks again for listening. I really appreciate you tuning in. A new episode will drop next Thursday, and I look forward to catching you then.